Contrary to what most realtors will tell you, you do not need an agent to sell your own home. I'm James Renfro, a trusted San Diego realtor. I focus on educating my clients so that they can make the best decision for their family, and I'd like to do the same for you. I cover everything you need to know about San Diego and real estate. Now, let's hop into today's video. In my last video, we talked about what it's like to sell without a realtor, what for sale by owner sellers wish they would have known before selling, and some shocking stats such as how only about 10% of FSBOs actually succeed. And out of that small percentage, they typically sell for over 25% less than agent-listed properties. But if you still want to go the FSBO route, I want you to be equipped and know how to do so and how to be successful. This video is the step-by-step guide to how you're going to sell your home without hiring a realtor. Because let's face it, you don't need a realtor anymore. If you have the time and energy, you can find out how to do just about anything on the internet. So let's break down how you're going to sell your own home. First, you need to research your home's market value. An agent prepares a comparative market analysis to help potential sellers figure out what their asking price should be, and you're going to need to do something similar. Don't listen to Zillow and their Z estimate. I recommend that you actually reach out to a trusted realtor and be honest with them. Let them know that you're trying to sell your own home and you'd love their help setting the asking price. I offer a free comparative market analysis to my clients, and I'd be happy to do one for you too. Just click the link in the description box below and I'll get started on it. When you set that listing price, you want to make sure that it's a competitive listing price. If your home sits on the market too long, buyers will wonder if there's something wrong with it. Price your home in a way that will entice buyers. Then you need to prepare your home for sale. Preparing your home for sale goes far beyond making sure that your kids' toys are not on the floor. You know, we live in an HGTV world, and the less work that buyers need to do after they move into your home, the better. I recommend that you pack up all your personal items just like you're ready to move, that you declutter, you paint the walls a neutral color, and you replace any burnout light bulbs. Look around and see what easy and quick fixes would spruce up your space. Today's market is tough, and I recommend going as far as hiring a stager to make sure that your house stands out. Next, hire a professional photographer. If you're trying to maximize the return on your investment, then invest in a professional architectural photographer for your listing photos. Professional photography really stands out on the MLS, and it elevates your home. If you need recommendations, I can connect you with my trusted photographers. Then you're going to want to list your home on the MLS. This will help potential buyers and their agents actually find you. Your home will show up in buyer searches when they look in your area and they select details that fit your house. Maximizing your net profit is all about getting your home in front of as many buyers as possible. So just putting out a yard sign in your front yard is definitely not going to cut it. Next, start marketing your property. When you work with an agent, they probably have a pool of buyers and a network where they can present your house. Without an agent, you're going to need to find ways to reach your own buyers. So take a page from successful agents in your area and start by sending just listed postcards, for instance, and then put a sign in your front yard and post your home in local internet groups. You actually want to copy top listing agents. So I build a single property website, also shoot a YouTube video and advertise on social media. I create a brochure and I have it printed. I advertise in a local magazine, and I have video property tours. These are some of the best ways to maximize your reach. And when you maximize your reach, of course, you maximize your profits. Then you want to answer your phone and schedule tours. And once your home is live on the MLS, you'll hopefully start to receive some phone calls and get some showing requests. Agents use tracking software and online calendars to avoid double booking, and let sellers know when they need to be out of the house. So consider using a Google Calendar or a spreadsheet for this purpose. Want to knock out as many showings as possible? Schedule an open house. You can even ask an agent if they would like to host the open house for you and incentivize them by letting them have all the buyer leads that come in. Next, you want to make sure that you follow up with potential buyers. After people have come through your home, follow up. A good agent will reach out to the buyer's agent for feedback. So call or email and ask if they have any questions. You may want to keep in mind that they will probably be sensitive to the fact that you're the homeowner and they could be reluctant to say anything negative, but I still think it's worth the effort. Then hopefully it'll come time to review offers and negotiate with the buyer. Once offers come in, review and compare them. There's more to an offer than just the sale price. So look at the closing dates, the amount of the earnest money deposit, check for the inspection and the loan contingency timeline. Is the buyer offering you a rent back, for instance? Make sure that you find the best overall offer. And don't forget that you can negotiate. Maybe one buyer offered a higher price, but the other offer has got a better closing date. Pick up the phone and ask the people that have the higher price, would they be willing to extend the closing date to fit your needs? Now, be careful with negotiations. You obviously don't want to upset the buyers and cause them to walk away. But at the same time, you don't want to leave money on the table. And you definitely want everything, and I mean everything, in writing. Next, manage the contract timelines and due dates. After accepting an offer, there's a lot of paperwork to handle. A lot. From the purchase agreement to the closing, there are tons of legal documents that you're going to want to monitor the timelines, such as when you need to provide the disclosures and how long the buyer has to get their home inspection done, to negotiate for repairs, and to remove their inspection and loan contingencies. If you miss one of these dates, they can allow the buyer to walk away from the sale without any recourse. So you definitely want to calendar these dates and make sure that both you and the buyer abide by the timelines. During this, you're going to want to prepare the legally required disclosures. Now, different states have different legal requirements, but here in California, the two that are really important to look out for are the Transfer Disclosure Statement, also known as the TDS, and the Seller Property Questionnaire, or SPQ. It's a good idea to involve an attorney in either reviewing or preparing these documents, as well as the rest of the disclosures. Mistakes or omissions can potentially be very, very costly in this area. Then schedule inspection appointments with the buyer. The buyer selects and pays for the home inspection. Your primary responsibility here is to be out of the house and allow the buyer and the inspector access to your home. Next, you'll probably need to renegotiate with the buyer's agent based on the inspection findings. After a home inspection, buyers can, and usually they do, negotiate home repairs, especially right now. While you're trying to make as much money as possible, they're going to try and save as much money as possible. And they do that after the inspection is done. They could ask you to fix items before the closing or request a credit back to cover the cost of repairs. If the home inspection found serious issues, they may try to negotiate the sales price down, so be prepared to handle these negotiations tactfully. Because if the sale falls through, you have to disclose the previous inspection and provide a copy of it to the new buyers. It could be worth taking a few thousand off the sale price to close the deal, rather going back on the market and starting all over. And finally, just navigate the escrow process and close your home sale. The final steps in the escrow process involve working with a title company to make sure that the home has a clear title. You'll have to collect a few documents such as the title, the deed, and any homeowners association documents, as well as the mortgage payoff. Whew, that was a lot. Sometimes I forget everything that I and my team do, but bottom line is this. Now that you're educated on what goes into the selling process, Weigh the pros and cons for your family. If you decide to sell without a realtor, you're going to be wearing a couple different hats: scheduler, marketer, legal expert, negotiator, and quite possibly therapist, all while you try to remain neutral and have a level head during this really emotional time. It's a full-time job, which is why most real estate agents do it full-time. If you end up deciding to sell with a realtor, please know that I'm here to guide you through this ever-changing market. Don't let just anyone help you sell your most valuable asset. Fill out the questionnaire below and let me take care of the rest. Thanks for sticking around. I hope this video was helpful. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.